We meet as we are now, Your Excellency, heads of state and government, and Your Excellency, President Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of South Sudan, and in his absence, the Secretary General of the United Nations, who is also represented, Your Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, the Chairperson of the African Union Commission, whom I will allow to speak soon after my remarks, as he has to leave, Your Excellency Ambassador Bankole Adeyo, the AU Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Your Excellency President Ismail Omar Guelleh, President of the Republic of Djibouti and Chairperson of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, Your Excellency Workney Gebeyu, Executive Secretary of IGAD, and Excellency Veronica Nduvo, Secretary General of the East African Community, Ministers, Ambassadors, and ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to say welcome to this high-level committee meeting of South Sudan, the C5. I wish to thank you, my dear brother, President Salva Kiir, for having taken the trouble to travel all the way from Juba, and for your presence here today. It is a demonstration of President Salva's commitment to peace and stability in his country, South Sudan. This is a landmark event being convened jointly with the United Nations, IGAD, and the East African Community. This committee has not met at the level of heads of state since 2018 on the margins of the 31st ordinary session of the AU Assembly. This was the same year that the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan was signed. 8 years later, implementation of the revitalized agreement, we must say, remains slow. As guarantors, which we are, of the revitalized agreement, and as sister countries, which we also are, we are here to support the peace process in South Sudan, the youngest member of our union. We felt it was vital that we extend the meeting to include members of states from IGAD and the IGAD Secretariat, considering that they are primary regional mediators of the revitalized agreement. Furthermore, the C5 was established to enhance the mediation efforts of IGAD and to support that process. Allow me to acknowledge the critical role played by the United Nations mission in South Sudan, UNMISS, since 2011. UNMISS has been supporting the peace process, preventing conflict, protecting civilians, and facilitating humanitarian access. We thank the Secretary General of the United Nations, whom I had a very good meeting with, discussing this very matter yesterday, and for his continued support, and we look forward to the contribution of the UN. Ethiopia, Kenya, and Uganda are outside of the C5 but are heavily invested in the stability of South Sudan, and it is critical that we coordinate efforts with them as well. This year is a pivotal one for South Sudan, with the elections set for December 2026. We welcome the government of South Sudan's stated intention to hold these elections and to convene a national dialogue to resolve outstanding issues before elections are held. The people of South Sudan yearn to live in a peaceful and prosperous country, and elections alone will not guarantee lasting peace. Firstly, a conducive political and security environment is vital, and it must be created. Violence and conflict at any stage will undermine confidence and also derail the process. Secondly, the political processes such as the national dialogue and the legal processes must be genuinely inclusive, leaving no one behind, no structure behind. They must bring together all signatories and stakeholders to the revitalized agreement so that decisions that have to be taken must reflect broad ownership, credibility, and legitimacy. The C5 Plus Summit, which we are holding now, must send a clear, unified message that calls on all stakeholders to enter into dialogue without delay. We wish to encourage measures that will build unity and reconciliation, including understanding for reconciliation where appropriate. The C5 supports the proposal that the chairperson of the AU Commission should appoint a former head of state to mediate amongst the signatory parties to the revitalization agreement and to facilitate dialogue amongst all parties. We stand ready to support mediation, to monitor implementation, and to coordinate our efforts. A focused oversight mechanism involving the C5 and IGAD will really help to track progress and report back to the heads of state. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the choices made in the coming months will determine whether South Sudan moves towards a durable peace or back into the cycles of instability. We need to act with urgency. We also need to act with courage and unity. Let us use this summit to foster a process that delivers inclusive dialogue, free, fair, and credible elections, and sustainable peace for the people of South Sudan. We should, as we do all this, be able to listen to what the people of South Sudan themselves have to say. Today gives us an opportunity to be able to listen keenly to the progress that they are making and the roadmap that they are setting out for South Sudan and the processes that they are getting involved in to make sure that they move to elections and to move towards a durable dialogue and how they intend to build a peace for the people of South Sudan. More than anything else, rather than for us to be unduly interfering, we should listen to the people of South Sudan and to give counsel where counsel is deserved. So I look forward to our discussions, and I thank you.